Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Shuri Apps. I had to rebrand it to Shuri Apps because recently there was a copyright strike on it, but everything seems good now. I have to use this name, but I think this will do. Last time, I think we talked about love in general, and I think I owed you guys a part two, if I'm not wrong. Like, mostly the last time the things talked about were the excitement, the confusion, and how to navigate your feelings. But today, it's gonna be something little deeper than all that. Today, we're gonna talk about heartbreak. I mean, yeah, I know though, it's kind of a very weird topic in a way. It's quite heavy, gut-wrecking feeling when someone you care about leaves a space in your life. Now, this episode is not about, blaming anyone or feeling bitter. It's more about healing. I know it's just a random rhyme, but yeah, this is just out there to help some people out. Don't go hating your exes for no reason, because I said so. It's more of learning and coming out stronger than you were before. Whether you had your heart broken recently or it's been a while. I think these tips are for anyone who's trying to move forward without carrying any hate along. I mean, obviously, dude, hating someone means you can't really let go of them. Unless you have a neutral emotion and just accept things in life, I don't think you can really move on from it. But yeah, first thing that comes by is facing the pain. Being honest, don't really ignore it. Trust me. A lot of people like try to distract themselves or prevent it from taking them over and pretend they are fine. But it's heartbreaking, one of those experiences where emotions need to be felt. If you don't really experience those emotions, you're gonna be left in a state where you can't help yourself no more. I mean, like, it's really weird, if you think about it, that heartbreak can actually make you worse than you were before. So, okay, listen. There are like two types of heartbreaks you can go through. I mean, not really two types. What the fuck am I saying? But yeah, two different stages of heartbreaks that people experience. A first type of heartbreak can be where a person feels like making themselves better, or they be like, yo, him or her, they left me, and be like, blah blah blah, I want to get better for myself, etc., etc. But on the other hand, the other type, they actually end up losing motivation completely, because for that sense of motivation that was there for them, it came from the person they were with. So it is kind of weird in a way, but I don't know what we can say to it. Second point would be giving yourself some space. I mean, you could distance yourself. Distance is your friend, trust me. After a heartbreak or a disappointment in love, it's okay to take a step back, trust me. It isn't about, being better, it's about clarity. You get to see what things are for what they are instead of just pretending that they are okay. That could mean like muting or unfollowing someone on social media, or just, giving yourself a moment where you're not thinking about them constantly. Spending time with friends who like lift you up, or just spend time alone reflecting on what you want in life. Because, sometimes you neglect yourself and be more concerned about actually what other people are going through and try to make them happy. That isn't really great in a way. I mean, like, it is great, like, you want to treat other people well, but if you don't think about yourself, how is like things gonna work out? Fuck's sake, dude. I haven't practiced my English for so long. Holy fuck. Giving yourself the space is also, what the fuck? One sec. For just to be clear, I have written all this down beforehand because I had done some research. So yeah, give me some time. Giving yourself the space also stops you from rushing into a rebound. I mean, okay. So what this means in a way is, you know, Most people, when they get out of a relationship or they're in a heartbreak situation, they usually tend to run to someone else in search of, that imaginary love that they really desire, or the same feeling that they had before in their past relationship, which is not really great. Because if you just jump to someone else, you're not actually healing from what was there beforehand. You just get into more trauma than you were before. I mean, like, it's not really good. Like, you go into a rebound just to, like, try to fill a void that isn't ready to be filled yet. That makes no sense. Come on, guys. Don't be so dumb. Reflect and learn. Look for the lessons as to why a heartbreak happened. I mean, it's really important. Heartbreak isn't just pain, it's insight. You get to know about yourself, you get to know what you might have done wrong. Instead of trying to find problems, you can think of positive things as well. I mean, most people, after ending a relationship, I don't think it usually ends on a good basis. There are very rare cases where you're gonna end up having a good relationship with your ex partner. But in most cases, it's gonna be pain. So you gotta learn from it. Ask yourself some questions like, what did I learn about myself? What did I notice in my patterns of relationship? What are my boundaries and how can I protect them better next time? Because these things are really important when it comes to a relationship. Some people, like myself, they don't really consider having boundaries for themselves. Like, my partner could be doing anything they want, and like with me, I have no boundaries for it. But if they want some boundaries, I would respect theirs. I mean, it's a personal opinion in a way, but you should really have some boundaries though, because some people really like crossing boundaries, and it gets weird at times. Trust me. Fuck. But yeah, then don't think of this as blaming the other person. Obviously, like I said, reflect and learn. It's an insight. Think of it as a growing experience. Think of it as growing your emotional intelligence. Every heartbreak teaches you something about what you value, how you communicate, and how you want to be treated. It is really important you get to know such stuff, because I mean, some people really want to be treated in a nice way, while some are, you get me. But yeah, you get to realize as to what you want in your relationship, an ideal relationship. And being really honest, you might be single for a while, but I think reflecting on yourself would be a great option as long as you get to better yourself and see what you might be lacking as well. The next step is reconnecting with yourself. Focus on yourself. Love isn't only about, someone else, it starts with yourself because of your needs. A person, when they go out searching for love, is because they didn't get love from somewhere they really wanted. And usually that ends up being family. Every single person needs someone in life, no matter who it is. Every single person needs someone, even if they hate the other gender or the same gender or whatever. But they really do need someone. Even as a friend or a partner, it doesn't really matter. Love isn't just a thing, like I told last time as well. Love isn't a thing just between partners. It can also be a thing between friends, parents, etc. So don't go just connecting it to relationships, please. Pick a hobby you dropped, learn a new skill, hit the gym, spend time outdoors, or even just binge watch something you love guilt free, dude. The goal is to remind yourself that you're complete on your own. When you rebuild your life around yourself first, future relationships become healthy because you're coming from a place of strength, not neediness. When you become really needy about something, things often tend to get rough and they don't exactly go the way you planned. That's why you really need to know yourself, because it's really important to you. You might not think of it as an important topic, but connecting with yourself and being able to know yourself is a very, very important part of life. Last thing could be supporting others. Sometimes the best way to heal is to help others. I mean, it does help, you know. Talk to a friend going through a breakup, volunteer your time, or even make content that inspires others. Being there for someone can give perspective of your own healing journey. I mean, like, don't just go around giving suggestions when you don't even know what's going on in your own life. I mean, I know, being the therapist friend out there, your life might be fucked up, but you still try to give, you know, advice out to your friends. And they usually work. I mean, like, I'm really surprised as to my advice actually works at times. Because, you know, I always fuck around in my relationships. I fuck up everything. But when it comes to other people's relationships, I give them some solid advice, dude. I'm like really shocked by myself. I mean, damn. Love is just not something you receive, you know. It's something you share. And helping others through pain often reflects back as healing for you too. So I guess that's it for today's episode. Healing without hating. Heartbreak is never fun, but it's temporary, trust me. If you let yourself feel, reflect, and reconnect, you'll come out stronger, wiser, and more in tune with your own heart. Remember one thing though, self love is not selfish, space is not weakness, and moving on is not forgetting, it's growing. Alright, let's wrap this up. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who might need it. And as always, stay curious, stay kind, and keep yapping. Bye bye.